Rockin' Bears, week 4 for the NFL 2020-2021 season. It's been great so far. There's been some good games. There's been some upsets. It was interesting last week. We'll see if there's some interesting games this week. The first one, Denver, they're trotting down to New York. I think that first game is going to kind of be a little bit of a snoozer. I think the Jets and the Giants are tied for worst team in the NFL. Denver, this might be their breakout game. I like them to win this game, by the 3 points, Rock. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Denver's got a new quarterback playing, Rippon. He's the nephew of Mark Rippon, the Super Bowl championship. Last week he came in at the end of the game. He was 8 out of 9 versus Tampa. I'm sorry. The Giants, they just get picked off all the time. They've been outscored 94-37. Denver wins this one handily.
Yep, so we agree that Denver is trotting all over the Jets. We'll start us off with this next game. That's the to-be-determined game. Pittsburgh and Big Ben going to see Tanny and Henry. I like Pittsburgh here. They look like the more complete team. Tennessee's putting up a good...
Not so fast. That game is...
Tennessee's putting up a good fight, but I don't think Henry's playing the same as he was last season. His first 3 games haven't looked like MVP candidate Henry. Rock, what do you think?
The game is officially postponed. This is what I think. How are they going to work this out? Are they going to trade bye weeks? Are they going to play an extra week? How are they going to play this game? And will this be the only time this year this happens? That's what I'm wondering about. I'm even wondering if we're going to finish the season.
I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play on Sunday. I think they just have to make sure that...
It's officially postponed.
Well, I thought it was to be determined.
Nope.
Okay, we'll see. I think it still might happen. If not, I agree. What will happen? What will be the result? Let's move on to the games that are supposed to happen. Baltimore, I think they're going to bounce back versus Washington. I think they kind of beat themselves against Patrick Mahomes. He got his job done. Lamar was, kind of got tackled in the backfield last week. I think he's ready to bounce back and get in a couple 3 touchdowns against Washington. He's going to be feeling the blitz, but I don't think Washington's pass defense is going to be able to, keep it downfield. And I think Baltimore's going to run over Washington. I think they'll win and probably cover the 13. Rock, what do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Baltimore's embarrassed. 97 yards passing. Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Now, the big problem for Washington is their big-time stud, second overall draft pick, Chase Young from Ohio State, who's a brutal animal. He's probably out. With Baltimore having something to prove, I also think they'll cover the 13.
All right. So we agree. Moving on. Cleveland going to go see Dallas. Cleveland Browns 2-1 right now. Dallas can't say the same. They're 1-2. They barely won their game 2 weeks ago, and they barely lost their game last week. So they've had a lot of nail biters, which is something that they do. Last year, they had six or 7 games decided by 1 score, and they were 1-6 in those games. So let's see if they can, kind of turn it over a new leaf. They better win big in this game to kind of silence the doubters like myself. I like Dallas to win this game at home, Rock. What do you think?
Okay, well, you got Chubb and you got Hunt. You got a running game. Last week, Mayfield only threw for like 224 yards. Here's the thing. Dallas has 1,500 yards in offense, which is number 1 in football. Yeah, and they're number 1 in passing yardage. Mm-hmm. Yet they should really be, without that little sputter kick, they should be 0-3. This team just doesn't know how to win. I don't know what it is. First I thought it was that redheaded pecker. He's gone. Mike McCarthy they just can't seem to win. And there's got to be a question about why is this? And I don't know. And I'm taking Cleveland to win outright.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of any given Sunday that's happened with the Cowboys. Because they're a great team, but I agree, they can't get the win.
Well, last week they were picked off in the end zone, and they could have beat Seattle.
Yeah, but he also could have got sacked. He stayed up on that great sack denial. So
there you go. All right.
Like I said, they better win big. Another team I think really needs to win big is New Orleans. They're going to see Detroit, who beat Arizona, which was a game that, could have gone either way. Detroit had 3 interceptions last week, and I think Breeze without Thomas and Kamara just isn't enough to maybe get the job done. I'm going to take them to win. I think it might be a field goal. It might be closer than people think, being at Detroit, which they play good at home, Rock.
Not so fast, my friend. Okay. Now, New Orleans has given up 34 versus the Packers, 37 versus Las Vegas. We saw that they couldn't stop the run. Galladay's back. Galladay, however you pronounce his name. Detroit's getting 4.5. I'll take them with the 4.5. I can't really say they're going to beat New Orleans because it's a must game, but that one's going to be close and down to the wire.
All right, so we agree with it being close. Alrighty. The next game is the football giants who can't play football this season. Going to see the Rams who, they want to say their game was lost by that penalty. We'll see. I think the Rams are good. I think they'll win. The 13 points may or may not happen. So I like the Rams to run, Rock. What do you think?
Well, they came back versus Buffalo, and then Buffalo comes back and scores at the end because of that penalty. So I think the Rams are good. I think 13's a lot, but since they're the East Coast to the West Coast, and the Giants have been sacked 9 times in 3 games, I think that the Rams, with their good defense, with Aaron Donald and Ramsey, they run away with this game probably 35-10.
Yeah, the Rams actually have, I believe, their defense is ranked either 24th or 31st in the NFL in their pass defense. So they actually haven't been having the great defensive thing that they've been known for.
You're right, they haven't.
But maybe they'll redeem that this week against the Giants who can't score. Arizona, they're ready to bounce back. Murray, 3 picks. That's uncharacteristic of him. I think he's going to just get things done on the ground. They're going to kind of get back to safe plays. Versus Carolina's defense, who's pretty vulnerable. Teddy had a good game. They didn't have, CMC. So I think, they still kind of ran their offense and kind of kept an honest game. I don't think this is their week to beat Arizona. I think Arizona's ready to rock. What do you think?
Well, Arizona, they lost to Detroit, and we don't know what happened there because we didn't watch the game. But Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater, I think he's getting used to it. I think, they don't have their retired defensive stud Kuchely, and I don't think that their big power running back, I think he's out for 1 more week. They said he's questionable. I like the upset here. I like Teddy Bridgewater to win this one and cover the 3.5.
All right, maybe they'll have some momentum at
home. No, they're getting 3.5. Take them.
All right, another team that's looking really good is Indianapolis. They're gonna go see the Bears. I think this is Foles' test, being the starter, not being the guy coming off the bench. Indianapolis, surprisingly to me, has the number 1 rated pass defense in the NFL this season so far. They have given up, very little on the ground. They've intercepted the ball almost every game, and they've kept their opponents haven't been the best, but into week 4, they're number 1 defense, and Rivers is rocking. He's not MVP quality, but he's getting the job done, and he's a leader on their team. So I like Indy to win this game at Soldier Field. Rock, what do you think?
Well, here's something that's kind of interesting. Frank Reich was quarterback coach for Nick Foles when he was in Philadelphia, and they won the Super Bowl. So he knows what Foles does pretty well. The Bears being 3-0, what could be is that the biggest surprise in the league? Maybe so. Foles, 20 unanswered points, 4th quarter. The Bears are actually getting 2.5. This game's a coin toss, and you're going to have to go with the 17 years of experience with Rivers as opposed to Foles, although it's going to be close. But I guess I'll take the Bears.
All right, we're different on that one. Buffalo and the Bills Mafia are riding high going into Las Vegas. I'll be betting on the Buffalo Bills in Las Vegas here. I like them on the road. They look like they're firing on all cylinders. Las Vegas is good, but they'll have a test here. I think this will be a real challenge for their defense, Rock. What do you think?
Well, Buffalo's getting 434 yards per game. The quarterback is faster than we think. He's 6'5", 238 pounds.
Yeah, I saw him run over that guy.
Josh Allen. He has 100. His quarterback rating's 124.
Yes.
These guys are playing like they're going out of sight. But Las Vegas played the Saints, New England. They played some pretty tough teams. That said, Buffalo wins the game and covers the 3.
Alrighty, Jacksonville going to see Cincy. Jacksonville, they didn't look like they were clicking on Thursday night. Minshew wasn't giving any mustache rides out. Burrow looked good. They didn't get the W, but they got the tie against Philly. But, he was airing the ball out. He looked pretty good. I think this is his week to really break out because Jacksonville isn't Saxonville anymore. Rock, what do you think?
I'm right along with you there. Since he's due, Burrows is throwing 64%. He has 821 yards with 2 300-yard games. So if they could just block a little more for him, give him a little more time. But like you said, they're not Saxonville. So I'm taking Cincy winning this one by more than 3.
All right, so we're on the same page there. We have the Chargers charging in to go see Tommy. They're headed east, so I think that's going to be a factor for them. I like the Bucks. You know, they're finding a rhythm. I like Tom Brady to play as a manager in this game and the defense to get him the W and probably cover the 7. I think it'll be probably about a 10-point game, Rock. What do you think?
Well, this quarterback that's taken Tyrod Taylor's place, Behr,
The rookie.
70%, 300-yard games. The problem is that the Chargers have 3 All-Pro sitting out, and I think that Tom Brady's going to cover. I think they're getting into the groove. I think they're going to cover the 7.
All right, we're on the same page. Tom Brady's old team, New England. I think they might sneak up on Kansas City. I think Kansas City, they're riding high. They looked great against Baltimore. I think they might be a little complacent. I think New England has a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, looking to maybe, kind of knock off Kansas City. I like Kansas City to win, but I think it might just be decided by a field goal, even 1 point, Rock. What do you think?
Well, New England's 2-1 versus Mahomes. So they beat him twice already. Now, is he the same guy? Was Kelsey about the biggest stud on the field all week? Yes, he was. Do they know how to get to him? And Tyreek Hill, and the other guy's name is, you know who he is.
Yeah, Hardman, they have Watkins.
Watkins, yeah. I don't think, I think this is the time where not only did they blow out last week, they blew out Baltimore, they're going to blow out New England. They know how to stop Cam Newton.
Sure.
They're going to stop him. Cam's got a bunch of, he's got 2 picks, 2 touchdown passes, and 4 touchdowns rushing. Well, he's not going to rush for 4.
Do that.
No, I got Kansas City by at least 10.
All right, so we agree, but the spread's a little different in our opinion. Philadelphia, the Boo Birds, going to see San Francisco. San Francisco, they're beat up, but they're still getting the job done. They still looked really good. The backup quarterback their rookie caught all those touchdowns.
Nick Mallon, 343 yards for nobody.
Yeah, he came in off the bench.
He wasn't even the second string guy.
I didn't know his name until after the game.
He wasn't even the second string guy.
Yeah,
now,
so I like San Francisco, Rock. What do you think?
Well, Mozart's still out. Kittle's probably out. Sherman's out. And let me just say this. Even though I can't stand Carson Wentz and give the money back because you stink, but Alston Jeffrey's back. Deshaun is back. I think that San Francisco, they're going to win, but they're not going to cover it. Philly's going to make a game out of this.
Okay.
And the line is 7. So I would take Philly and take the points because it'll be close and it could be an upset.
Sure. All right. We're on the same page there. So the last game before Monday night, we have Minnesota. They need a fire into their ass, otherwise they're going to be 0-4 because Houston's 0-3.
Yeah.
These teams both need to win. Houston needs to do this. I think Houston needs this more than Minnesota, being at home. And, he's been getting beat up. I think Houston, Rock, what do you think?
Well, they ought to play this game on an oval field instead of a circular field instead of an oval field because these teams are both 0. Kirk Cousins ought to give the money back also. Houston's has a little bit of bad luck. They've also played some pretty good teams. Mm-hmm. I like Houston to win and cover.
All right, Houston to win and cover. Atlanta Falcons are going to see the Aarons. I think Aaron's at Lambeau. They're looking like they're unstoppable. I don't know if they can keep up this rhythm. This is going to be a shootout. Both these defenses are good, not great. The offenses are very productive. I like Green Bay to win at home. The 7's probably be decided by a touchdown at the end of the game by Rodgers. Rock, what do you think?
Well, Devontae Adams didn't play last week. Yes. And Rodgers still had a great week. And he has a tremendous advantage on the snap count and being able to call out the signals.
Hard count Rodgers.
They call 2 plays. Each play has 5 derivatives. So Rodgers steps up there, and you can say what you want about Breeze or Brady. I think Rodgers is the smartest quarterback in football. I think they win this game by 14.
By 14, all right. Should be a great game and a great week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Comment down below if you agree with us or have any disagreements, and we'll get back to you. And tune in next week for Week 5.
We're on Rockland Behringer YouTube. That's where to find us. I post on Facebook and I post on LinkedIn. But look us up on YouTube and you'll see some other fun stuff. And have a nice day and a nice weekend.
Thanks, y'all.